What's going on, guys? I'm gonna do a little breakdown video of this Taurus PT92AFS D and tell you what it means. It's only gonna be about 5 or 10 minutes, nothing special. I just went shooting and I actually liked it. So look at some of my shorts. This thing actually held on pretty well. I didn't do nothing crazy. I was just shooting at a dead log, but hey. Anywho, so this comes with a 17 round magazine. I guess you can get Mech-Gar or Mech-Gear 18 and 20 round mags. So lock it open, no mag. One thing I'll say about it, for a gun that's going for about 450 bucks, this thing is smooth and it's got some unique features. What Taurus did is on their models, they almost made them to a T like the Beretta 92. Except the safety's on the slide in the Berettas. It's my kids in the background. Pay no mind. What Taurus did is they put the safety on the frame like a 1911. I grew up shooting a 92 Beretta, and that slide-mounted safety was bulky and weird to me, but I got used to it. But I also grew up shooting a 1911, and I loved that thing. I just didn't like that it wasn't a 9mm. So I've been looking for the ultimate Glock replacement, and if you want to buy an all-metal Glock that takes Glock mags, they're going for like 1,500 to 2,000 bucks. If you want to buy a Glock mag compatible 1911, 2,000 bucks for a basic pistol. This was $450. Oh no, now I have to buy some extra $20 magazines, but they're all metal. These things feel really solid. All metal pistol, just great sights. This thing is beautiful, super smooth action, and comes with a decocker. So, sorry, as you see right there, brings the trigger way back. That's something to get used to, because usually the first shot, especially if you decock it, that first shot is going to be double action, really long trigger pull, and then with the reset, it's only about right here. So I thought I jammed at first, but I didn't. It was just me getting back used to a hammer-fired pistol. This thing, very heavy. I think the barrel's just over 5 inches or so. So as compared to my Glock, this thing's 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch longer than my Glock 17. Beautiful full-sized rail at the bottom. I like that. They make some rail-mounted suppressors now, which are pretty cool. Also, you know, lights, lasers, what have you. But gun's real simple to take down. As we said, it is empty. You push a little detent over on this side. There's a button there. Flick it down, and that's it. You can drop it. It can go flying off. It's pretty cool, like the SIGs do. I just wouldn't suggest it because this recoil spring and rod, it's not contained, and that can go flying. I've guilty, done that, been there. Anyways, that pops out. One thing that's cool about this action, I'll explain it real quick, is if you notice when I racked it, the barrel does not tilt in this. The barrel moves back with the gun. I guess I'll put it together again real quick. Unedited video, and I don't plan on editing it, so bear with me. But for anyone who did not see, the barrel doesn't tilt, which I find really cool in these. The barrel moves back with the action and then just unlocks. It makes this gun super smooth if you suppress it, and it just makes the action buttery smooth. Now, I don't think you could air rack this thing like you could a 1911 unless you're wicked strong. But I've about popped a shoulder doing it. But yes, the barrel comes back because of a unique mechanism that I think more people should do, honestly. I think it's a lot better than that is what I was explaining earlier. But anyways, I digress. So if you look at the mechanism right there, you can see it from the top. There's these little locking pegs in there. That is this piece right here. So as it comes back, there's a little push button here. Now watch what happens when you hit the little push button. The push button would hit against this piece right here, As the barrel and slide come back, the push button hits that. As that button is depressed, it causes the barrel to unlock from the slide. And then the slide rides on the barrel, and then it comes back. And then that goes back into place, locking right there. It drops back into place and locks it. It's a really cool design, really simple if you think about it. So push the button, everything unlocks, barrel pops right out. No locking block style barrel or any of that. That's a beautiful barrel, by the way. I've only put about 30 rounds through this thing, so I'm not gonna get it too in detail cleaning, just kind of shine up the polish. But there you go. This piece right here comes apart pretty easily. Slides out like that. Just getting it back together is the fun part. So, anywho, yup, I got myself into a pickle now, don't I? I might edit this, or you might see all too well. Come on. I'm trying to watch myself through a camera, so that makes this so much better. There we go. Anyways, it pops back together, and that's it. You've got a solid steel recoil rod. Might be titanium, I think it's steel, it's hefty. Recoil spring, barrel, locking block, and that's it. Now you've got a semi-strip slide, super simple. It's got a little detent there, just like any other striker fired pistol would have, actually. I'm not big on, I don't know much about Berettas and Taurus. I know a lot about Glocks, and I know this is hammer fired, but I know that Glock has a very similar safety there. So this thing's got like 5 different safeties. You've got a safety there, you've got another safety on the frame. I think that piece right there has to actually go up and hit that safety while you're pulling the trigger. So there's just a lot going on. Plus you've got your thumb safety, that's safe. You can decock it. And that's got such a long trigger pull, that's safe. And again, until the trigger gets all the way to the back, that piece doesn't rise up to hit the safety on the frame. So there's just a lot, very intricate, a lot going on. It's a very cool design. I don't know if this is aluminum or steel, but I'll tell you right now, it feels really lightweight if it's steel. I haven't looked that deep into it, and I'm not an expert on these guns, so don't quote me on that. It feels like it's probably aluminum though, in my opinion, because this slide is significantly heavier. But going back together, slide your barrel in. It's locked in place. Guide rod, put your spring in there. One thing I like about this slide is it's meatier at the end here. Glocks, if you shoot them a lot, they actually can crack over here. They don't have a lot of material holding the guide rod. Again, all you're doing is getting these on that groove right there. You just have to get it back enough. Flick that, it pops the button back out, and that's it. That's all she wrote, that's all there is to it. My only complaints thus far on this is fully loaded mags. It is nearly impossible to get that last round in, and I'm guessing that spring will wear in a little bit. I don't know if you can see it in there, but that spring is fully collapsed, 17 rounds. And it's real easy to get caught up right there trying to put the mag in, so I guess that's just something I'll have to get used to. I'm sure you can get a flared mag well, and this is a little rough from the factory, so if I could take a file and just slightly smooth this out, open it up, I'm sure that'll be just fine. But you can pop that plug out right there with a screw and put a flared mag well in there if you choose. A lot of parts off of Beretta will actually fit this, including the magazines with minor modifications. I will be getting some of the Mech Gear 20 rounders though, because if I'm gonna carry it. Surprisingly, even though this is bigger, I like carrying it over the 17. It's more comfortable. I could actually sit with it in the waistband. I got a leather holster for this, and it's just a lot less going on. So anywho, that's it. That's a little detailed breakdown. Tell me what you think. Is it a cap or no? or what's the term you guys use? Anyways, fire enough. Copper drop, that's the word.